The North Dakota Attorney General's office is investigating a $13.5 million farmland purchase involving Bill Gates. Interesting, this update comes just after the Rockefeller Foundation president warned of a massive immediate food crisis on the horizon. The media reported last year that Bill Gates is now the biggest private owner of farmland in the United States. A recent headline in the Daily Mail says that a trust linked to Bill Gates has been asked by North Dakota's Attorney General to explain how it got 2,000 acres of land worth $13.5 million near the Canadian border when state law puts limits on who can own ranches. The New York Post adds that the state's top prosecutor intervened after complaints from local residents. Back to the Daily Mail, they say a trust allegedly tied to Microsoft billionaire Bill Gates has been asked to justify a recent purchase of farmland in North Dakota that has made residents livid. Red River Trust reportedly acquired 6 parcels of land near the borders of Minnesota and Canada in November that officials say may violate state corporate farming laws. In a letter dated June 21st, Attorney General Drew Wrigley's office asked the Red River Trust, an entity connected to Gates, about a recent purchase of a multi-thousand-acre potato farm. Wrigley's office informed the trust that all corporations or limited liability companies are strictly prohibited from owning or leasing farmland or ranch land in the state of North Dakota and engaging in farming or ranching. In addition, the law places certain limitations on the ability of trusts to own farmland or ranch land, the letter said. Red River Trust has 30 days to respond from June 21st to Kerry Helm, the Attorney General's Corporate Farming Enforcement Division, about the farm purchase. The letter continues, quote, "Our office needs to confirm how your company uses this land and whether this use meets any of the statutory exceptions, such as the business purpose exception, so that we may close this case and file it in our inactive files." Article here adds that a corporation or limited liability company found in violation of the anti-corporate farming laws could face harsh penalties, such as a $100,000 fine and 1 year to divest the land. North Dakota Agriculture Commissioner Doug Goring told one news outlet that public reaction to the purchase has been largely negative. He said, quote, "I've gotten a big earful on this from clear across the state. It's not even from that neighborhood. Those people are upset, but there are others that are just livid about this." While the commissioner noted there is nothing illegal or unlawful about selling land to a billionaire, he said the people of North Dakota feel like they are being exploited by the ultra-rich who buy land in North Dakota but do not necessarily share the state's values. Again, the New York Post reminds us that Gates, the billionaire tech mogul and philanthropist, whose net worth was pegged by Bloomberg at $113 billion, has quietly amassed nearly 270,000 acres of farmland across the country, according to the Associated Press. The trustee of Red River Trust is Peter Headley, who identifies himself on his LinkedIn page as head of agriculture investment management at Investment Management Company. A 2020 article by NFU Mutual Charitable Trust claimed that Headley once headed an entity called Cottonwood, which was described as an AG investment platform for Bill and Melinda Gates. Gates, in an Ask Me Anything session on Reddit last year, said his investment group was behind the purchases and suggested it was linked to seed and biofuel development. Quote, "The agriculture sector is important," he wrote. "With more productive seeds, we can avoid deforestation and help Africa deal with the climate difficulty they already face. It is unclear how cheap biofuels can be, but if they are cheap, it can solve the aviation and truck emissions." According to the North Dakota corporate or limited liability company farming law, there are certain exceptions, such as permitting registered family farms or allowing the use of the land for business purposes. And Bill Gates isn't alone. Other billionaires like Jeff Bezos have recently increased their farmland holdings. Here is a mainstream article published just last month that says investors are worried about rising interest rates, supply chain issues, and an economic slowdown. Billionaires are nervous too, but they do have access to an asset class that has a proven track record of wealth protection: agricultural land. Late last year, it was also reported that Bill Gates was shopping for hundreds of acres of farmland in Turkey from aboard his $2 million a week rental yacht after celebrating a lavish 66th birthday party with Jeff Bezos. He allegedly wanted to create a large, sustainable farm in the country. A more recent update from the Daily Mail says it's unclear if he ended up purchasing the land. As this article, the Western Journal, points out, Bill Gates has recently been urging developed nations, such as the United States, to replace real meat with a synthetic laboratory-made replacement. He's been promoting this in the media, as one headline from Forbes saying Bill Gates wants rich countries to move to 100% synthetic beef, but here's the opportunity behind this trend. Philip Klein, editor of the National Review, on Twitter says, if Bill Gates offered me his entire fortune, I would not agree to this. No amount of money would be worth going a lifetime without actual red meat. In an interview with the MIT Technology Review, Bill Gates argued, quote, "You can get used to the taste difference." And the claim is they're going to make it taste even better over time. Also, earlier this month, the Western Journal reported that Bill Gates was spotted in the halls of Congress, but there is no clue as to what brought the Microsoft co-founder to the U.S. Capitol. Here's a tweet from June 9th. One reporter from Politico says, first Bill Gates and now Apple's Tim Cook moving through the Senate basement today. Please leave a comment and tell me what you think about this latest update. If you could give this video a thumbs up, remember to click the like button, that's greatly appreciated, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. As usual, thank you very much everyone who has been supporting this channel with your donations over at Patreon or PayPal, and with your super chats as well. It's greatly appreciated. Even just a few dollars makes a huge difference and helps me keep talking about these important issues. You can find either link down in the video description, where you can support this channel directly, patreon.com/realityreader or paypal.me/realityreader. And once again, with all the censorship happening at YouTube, it's probably a good idea to find me on some alternative platforms as well. The best place to find me is superu.net. That's super, the letter u.net. You can also find me at odyssey.com. I will follow up soon. Thanks again.